But what I want to talk about today is face contact, right? And so this all leads back to self-awareness, which I'm also going to talk about self-awareness like in a really deep level and how it relates to a tattoo artist even, but we're going to do that later. Today I want to talk to you guys about face contact, right? And so why do I not say eye contact? I say face contact because you don't always have to make eye contact. When you're talking to someone, yes, it is important to make eye contact. It shows the person respect. You know, a lot of times if they give it back, it's that mutual respect, that mutual understanding, yada yada, we all understand that, right? So my experience has been that it is super powerful if you can at least make it a point to look someone in their face. So, you know, outside of the studio, let's just go like outside of the studio, you're in the grocery store and you know you're not in the habit of ever looking at people's faces. So you know, it's a face, it's a quick glance at a face, it's making face contact. Why is that important? Well, that person may be smiling at you, they may, you know, want to talk to you. It might be an opportunity. I mean, you never know, right? So if you look them in the face and they give you a certain look, you know to either smile back, you know, mutual respect, whatever the case may be, it's rewarding to do it. And if you don't do it now, if you start practicing, you can do it, and I'll tell you why in a bit. So with that, you want the face contact, right? So like also, I know what a lot of people think, well, I don't want to have to stop and talk to someone because I know that's how I am. I work all day, go to the grocery store after, and I don't really want to deal with anybody. You just kind of get in that zone sometimes. So I do understand that, but I still make face contact. If it is somebody I kind of know, I'll say hi and kind of keep moving, and they get the vibe a lot of times, especially if you're out doing stuff, like they get the vibe, like you're trying to get something done. Most people will get the vibe. So, you know, you don't really got to worry about that. It doesn't really happen often. And if it is someone that's going to stop and try to talk to you, they're probably going to do it anyways.
On the streets, and girl, they are bad. Like, I can't even look at them sometimes. It just hurts me really deep down inside. It really hurts.
So at least if it wasn't that person, but it is someone you know, you acknowledge them. Because what we do that is very natural, and I know this from watching my husband do it, is it looks like he's face contacting, right? Like he looks like it, like we're walking and it looks like it, but he's looking past the person. So now that person, this is something like I've seen myself from a distance. So like I'm watching him look like he's looking at the guy, and then the guy thinks that they made face contact, so the other guy is one of those, or you know, one of those. Well, now my husband Joe isn't paying attention to that because he didn't look at the guy's face. He looked past him or around him in the direction of the person that was just moving, if that makes sense. So, you know, like I would notice that when he wouldn't smile back or even acknowledge this person who just acknowledged him, they would take it as offensive and disrespectful. And I would watch their face go from, you know, or to whatever, you know, he must just be a dick. Like, so, you know, it's just that level of respect. And especially when you are a tattoo artist or a business owner of any kind, really, and as a tattoo artist, you own your business, you are one business, it's you are your business. It is important to have that respect and rapport with strangers in that way of just face contact. Like that's all you have to do. And it is hard for some people. My husband Joe struggled with it. He didn't really believe me when I would say, you know, people think you're giving them dirty looks. Like it's coming off as a dirty look, or like you're stuck up or just rude. And we have a business, and they're not going to want to come to the business if they see, you know, they go on social media or whatever it is and they see you, or they saw you from social media before and now they saw you out and you technically gave them a dirty look or whatever it was, that it came off that way, but all you were doing was looking past them. And, you know, he kind of has like the resting bitch face a little. And it's a joke, you know, we mess with him all the time, and he's working on it, so that's like a really good thing. And so now that he has been able to start recognizing this and realizing how powerful this face contact is, now he notices when people don't do it back to him, and he'll be like, oh, like, what a dick, like that guy, he wouldn't even look me in my face. And it's like, yeah, remember when you wouldn't look people in their face very often, and because it's a self-esteem thing, and it also comes with practicing and repetitiveness, right? I make up my own words, by the way. I don't even know if that's a word, but it makes sense, so as long as you get it, that's all that matters. So, I like to use him as an example for this because it's just so powerful. So since he has been working on the face contact, we have seen a huge increase in people actually, because we're both pretty heavily tattooed. Everybody knows that's your number one marketing when you're out and about. People, oh my gosh, where do you get your tattoos? Well, so-and-so did this, so-and-so did this, or I go this way, but I also do them as well. I work over here. That's generally how I would, approach it, because it's a start of a conversation. They're commenting on your tattoos because, they're asking, so they are definitely interested in getting a tattoo. We've gotten so many clients like that. So you're definitely your own walking billboard as far as that. So if you're your own walking billboard and you're walking around and you're not making face contact, those people are not gonna talk to you. And those are potential clients. And I know more than anyone how you just don't feel like talking to people sometimes. Maybe you're not a social person. And my husband, Joe, is not a social person, like at all. Like it's been, a lot of time and just small baby steps to get him out and where he will actually talk to people and stuff like that. So, but the changes that he has made, the small changes that he has made to try to make the face contact more often, just try your best to be a bit more smiley. And then on that subject, it's, we're just seeing, he's more confident, people are more confident in talking to us because, face it guys, as a tattoo artist, if you're heavily tattooed, you can smile all you want and you can be as friendly all you want, but people are going to judge you by the way you look. So, we are intimidating to people. We are, like, whether it's because they think we're really cool, whether they think we're scary, whatever it is, it's intimidating. They're not covered in tattoos, or they're not a tattoo artist. So, we're this special thing to them. It's weird, but it is real. So same thing when people are walking into your shop. If you're not greeting them in a certain kind of way to make them feel comfortable, they are walking in intimidated. It is very rare that a client, they might be able to hide it, but it's pretty rare that a client's walking into a studio and not feeling some kind of intimidation. They're walking in, they see the ink masters, they see all this stuff, and so they have this idea of these big bad tattoo artists. And yeah, some of us are that way, but there's just subtle little things that you can say and do to your clients, even if they're not your clients. Like if you're in the front of your shop or you're the manager or whatever it is, greet them, say hi. All you have to do actually is say hi. I tell you, that's all you have to do is say hi. Hello, somebody will be with you. That's it. And it breaks down that, oh, like I'm nervous, I'm in this new place that's so cool and full of art and these artists who are tattooing away. You gotta put yourself in your client's shoes to be able to really relate to them and connect with them and make them happy and feel comfortable. You always want your clients to feel super comfortable in your shop. So, yeah, we've just seen like awesome changes with that. It's just such little things too, guys. This stuff is little steps. So like face contact, it doesn't have to be eye contact. If you can do that, great. But face contact, meaning look at their face. What kind of face are they making? Is it no face? Fine, look away. Is it a smile? Smile back if you can, At least it's an effort and it's a level of unspoken respect. That's what it is, it's respect. So there's that. And then the other thing is to smile without smiling, okay? So, I've kind of like practiced smiling because I was really tired of people feeling like they couldn't talk to me and that I was intimidating, or people say, oh my gosh, I thought you were a bitch. Like, what? Like, I'm like so nice. Like, I'm not a weak person in any way, but I enjoy to be very kind I'm a very caring person. I'm a giver, you know, so, you know, for someone to say, oh my gosh, I thought you were a bitch before I got to know you, it's like so weird. But apparently those were the faces I was making, those were the vibes I was giving off without smiling. So I started practicing smiling, and I've mastered it and just like anything, if you practice it, it just becomes natural. It just comes without thinking about it. So with that, I want to say, put on a smile face. What does that mean? It means you don't have to smile. I'm barely smiling, right? A little bit of a head nod. And I know this sounds so rudimentary and basic, but people are not doing this. Like, so, you know, or maybe you don't realize you're not doing it. Maybe it's like, why are people like not connecting with me? Like, well, it all starts here. Body language is the most powerful language that we all speak, because we all speak it. And it speaks so loudly, right? Like when you're mad or you're uncomfortable, it speaks so loudly. Body language is so powerful. So with that, what is your face saying? Is your face, you may be happy as hell and your face is looking like this. And it really is in the eyes, you know? So what I can do to change that is a tiny bit of smile, because it makes your eyes smile. Your eyes say so much. So if I'm making my face contact or my eye contact and I'm doing my smile face, it's not necessarily smiling, so you know, because in my head, I might be going through some crazy shit. Like, I might be having like some bad stress. You know, I got 3 boys, a husband, business, like there's a lot going on, right? So, you know, in my head, I might be thinking like about all the stress of the day, but at least if I can train my face to not tell the rest of the world what's going on in my head, it comes out so much better. It's just the energy that your face is giving out, even the face energy. But you know, it makes sense. Self-awareness is so huge. You know, how do you feel? Why do you feel that way? What can you do? What are your patterns when you feel a certain way? Recognize those patterns. Start slowly changing those things. Little tiny baby steps at a time. So with my husband Joe, you know, we had a lot of issues with that. It was really like making people feel uncomfortable. And I even had people come to me like, is your husband mad? Is he all right? Like, and it's just like, no, he just has resting bitch face. Like, it really just kind of looks like that. And he also doesn't see well, so he does this a lot. It's 250 pounds covered in ink with dark skin. Like, it's like, of course, you know, he's kind of come off intimidating. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. I don't like it at all, but it is. And then we all know about tattooism. I don't know if you could call it like racism, but it's like tattooism, where people treat you differently because you're heavily tattooed. Like, you know, I've been followed around a store when I am wearing a watch worth $3,000. You know, like, ugh, it's like so frustrating. But because of the way I look, they're following me around the store like I'm gonna steal something, and I'm there to buy what I want and not even worry about it. So it just, you know, I think we all can relate to that, as if you're heavily tattooed. So it helps if I kill them with kindness. And those same people that are judging me and treating me differently, I'm smiling, I'm remaining positive, I'm remaining calm. I feel bad. Look at her, she's so nice, and she's not stealing. I see that she's not, and she's done nothing but smile at me as I followed her around rudely. You know, so there's so much power in a smile, and there's really a lot of power and respect. The respect comes from face contact. Yeah, so food for thought. Do as you will with it. As I heard once from one of my mentors, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Right? If it don't apply, let it fly.